Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my second update for Deck of Panning. Apologies that this video is going up a week late. I just haven't been on top of my YouTube game this whole year, have I? Deck of Panning is a project that I created and was inspired by books with Maddie. She is a booktuber and is always linked in my description box. It is a game board style project pan where a deck of cards helps you choose which products you're going to work on. I have actually a really exciting update. So last update I didn't meet any of my goals, but I drew in 2 extra cards. I'm happy to say that I actually do have good updates today. So let's just hop right in and not ramble too much today. I'm trying to get this done really fast. So in my intro, first up I drew in the Ace of Diamonds, which is pick your space. For that I chose the space Glowy, and I put in the First Aid Beauty primer. This is the Coconut Skin Smoothie Priming Moisturizer, and my goal is to finish it, and I did. So this is where I started. This was last update, and now this is a makeup empty. I feel really good about finishing this off. I need to reduce my primer inventory, and this was the only one I was working on, so this was pretty easy to finish. Next, I got the Four of Spades, which is a gifted product. In PR last year, I received the Oh for Life's a Draft palette in collaboration with Samantha March. My goal is to use this 10 times. I'm working on way too much eyeshadow, so I mostly used the face products in here, and I'm happy to say I met my 10 uses. This blush in 6. It's the shimmery side of the Chiclet blush, the single compact one, which has a matte and a shimmery side. Anyways, I love a glowy blush, and this mauve tone was my favorite for winter makeup looks. I loved this so much. The highlight Dream Chaser is absolutely stunning. The bronzer in Key, this is the matte side in her River Bronzer Duo. It's a bit warm for me and my preferences in the winter time, but I would reach for this more in the summertime. And I actually did reach for the eyeshadows quite often too, but I met my goal on this as well. Then I got the Queen of Spades, which is Represent Another Project. I chose Partners in Cream, which was created by Steph Lyons and Delyn. And for that I chose the ColourPop No Filter Foundation. My goal is to finish this. I'm making slow but steady progress on this guy. It's moving slow because I have to mix it. It's too dark for me right now. I'm super washed out. Hopefully I can fix that a little bit in editing, but on my monitor I'm looking like a ghost, which I mean I am very pasty, but this is too dark for me right now. But hopefully once I get some sunshine and I get back into the routine of fake tanning, this should go a little bit faster. Maybe I could tell you how many times I used it. I reached for this foundation 9 times this past month, and I've used the foundation like from the top to this bottom line 55 times. So I do think it's going to be in for 2 or 3 more months before I'm able to finish that one. The Jack of Clubs random color generator. I will pop up the color on the screen that I got. I thought that this Maybelline lipstick in the shade Lust for Blush was a pretty spot on color for it. My goal is to use it 10 times, and I've used it 6 of the 10 times. I only used it twice more since the last update, so I still have 4 more to go. I hope that this will be a rollout next month. It is what I'm wearing today. The 10 of Diamonds is a glittery product. I chose the Artist Couture Loose Highlight in the shade Illuminati. This is glittery. My goal is to use it 10 times, and I'm happy to say I met this goal as well. I did mix it as a highlighter today. This makeup has been done for 12 hours, so please excuse it. And I also have this on the inner corner of my eyes today. I mostly use this on my cheeks, but when I remembered and I already had it out to use on my cheeks, I used it on my inner corner too. I don't want to pan all my highlighters by only using them as an inner corner highlight, but this has a bit of a like nudie color like base to it. that is a little darker than my skin tone. So I had to mix it with something lighter to put it on my cheekbones. Last month, like I said, I rolled in 2 new products, even though I didn't meet any goals, so I was up to 7 products. First, I rolled in the 10 of Clubs, which was the category blush, and for that I chose the ColourPop and Kathleen Lights collab blush in the shade I Need Space. My goal is to use this 10 times. Unfortunately, I kind of forgot about it because it was in this eyeshadow palette looking item in my drawer. I just wasn't thinking to reach for it, but I did use it today just for the first time. So I have 9 more uses to go. I will set this out and hopefully have that goal met for next time. I also wanted to use these eyeshadows too while I had this palette out, but I haven't used them. Obviously, I haven't pulled for it, but I did use the Peach Silk highlighter from M Cosmetics in combination with my Artist Couture highlight today on my cheeks, and I think it is a really beautiful highlighter, but this is obviously staying in. Then I got to the 9 of Spades, which was Spring. I chose the Natasha Denona Coral palette. I should not be putting eyeshadows in here, but I can't seem to resist. Who knows what I'll pull today. My goal is to use this 10 times as it was still unused in my collection. I do have it on my eyes today. This is the 2nd time I have used this palette. So I used it 2 times this month. I foresee this getting a lot more use this month now that it is properly spring. In my first look, I actually used all of the shades, and in today's look, I just have these 2. I did the matte peach all over my lid and up into my crease, and it really did look beautiful as a one shadow look, but then I did go in with the shade, is it Kai? I never know what way her palettes go. I think this is Kai and Lyria. Anyways, it's very beautiful. I'm having some fading issues with this, not so much in today's look. I still need to experiment. I'm very scared that the Natasha Denona formula and my body chemistry doesn't work together, which would make me so sad because creating looks with the Natasha Denona palettes, I have such a pleasant experience. They're pigmented, the shimmers are beautiful, but same with the Zendo, I'm having some fading issues. Like my eyeball is like eating the eyeshadows, but that didn't happen with the mini nude. So I'm just very unsure as to what the cause is. I have quite a few Natasha Denona palettes that I haven't even used yet as well. So I'm hoping that's not the case. But I'm rolling out. The primer is empty. The highlighter I used 10 times, and the over palette I used 10 times. Because I drew in 2 cards last time, I'm only going to be drawing in 2 cards again today so that I am at 6 products. I just don't feel like I need to keep it at 7. I do like the idea of pulling cards even when I don't meet goals. Kind of as like a fun punishment, just because pulling cards with each game board is the most fun part, but I pulled 2 last time because I was feeling chaotic. Okay, I'm going to pop up what the game board is looking like as a reminder. I shuffle the game board on the 10th of every month. Oh, I was watching a lot of Deck of Panning videos, of course, as I add them to the playlist. And there is one that I feel like trips people up, and I thought I would just chat about it right now while I'm shuffling. I'll try and shuffle quietly. And that's Wishlist Dupe. That is kind of like low buy or no buy centered, or like that's where my idea came from for Wishlist Dupe. You don't have to look on Pinterest for a dupe or like try and come up with something that you might add to your wish list as a dupe. I was more thinking along the lines of like that thing that you saw in Trend Mood or was eyeing. Do you really have nothing like that in your collection? So sometimes I look at a palette, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so beautiful, but I think I have all of those shades. Pull in that palette that has the most of those shades. Or I know some people last year were the Auric Glow Lusts were on their wish list, but they already had the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless, and so they pulled that into the project. That is like, they're not exactly the same. Some people wouldn't even call them actual dupes, like a literal dupe, but it's like close enough that you could get some use out of the product that you already have instead of buying the new item. And that could go with like blush. Maybe you're eyeing a cream blush that looks so beautiful. Do you really not have a cream blush that is like a similar shade? Maybe not the exact same formula or anything, but like maybe putting it into this project pan would scratch that itch. I hope that makes sense. Okay, I'm gonna pull my 2 cards. I always am like very excited, but also very nervous. Oh, I still haven't thought of a Joker product. I think like I immediately go to red lipstick. Like, who wants to pan a lipstick? A red lipstick. Really, any liquid lipstick would be really awful for me. I think that's what I have to go with. I feel like I always need to have that in the back of my mind. Okay, enough rambling. The 2 of Spades, which is a cream product. And the 10 of Diamonds, which is A to C brand. Okay, so those are my 2 cards. Oops, I need to randomize a letter. Okay, it came up as G, but I actually want to randomize one with you guys. F. A brand that starts with F. Okay, I'm going to think of some products and I will meet you right back here in a moment. Alright you guys, that was actually much easier than I thought. So let's just jump right into it. I'm feeling proud of myself for not rambling on too much. The 2 of Spades was a cream product. I was stumped on this for a short time. I have a list of like items that I'm not currently working on in projects, but a lot of the items I kept thinking of were actually liquids, and I wanted to stay true to cream product. So I actually realized I haven't been using my Milk Makeup cream bronzer in the shade Baked very much at all. This has completely gone neglected in my collection for sure, and I think I've only used this a handful of times since I bought it, which is awful. And it was actually under a couple of bronzers in my drawer, so I wasn't even seeing it when I was shopping my stash or anything like that. So now is the time, coming into summer, where this warmish kind of bronzer is going to be something I really enjoy. I am panning powder bronzers, but I think I can still fit this in and get some more use out of it, and I simply want to get more use out of this, and if I wait until I'm finished with my powder bronzers, I'm never going to get around to it, and this is the perfect time of year to pull it in. I'm going to do a usage goal on this. This is 1/4 ounce of product, so I don't think I can reasonably finish this. I would like to use it 20 times. Then I got A to Z brand, right? Brand, not shade. Ooh. A to Z brand, yes. And for that I got the letter F, as you saw. And at first I was like, F? Fenty, duh. And this was actually added into my bin of makeup I really wanted to pan this year. I did a video, 22 makeup products I wanted to pan. Then I pulled in this Fenty primer into a Shop My Stash and realized I have very little left, but I was like really trying to finish this one, so I put it away into that bin of makeup I really want to finish. I actually have a full size of this primer, and because I really enjoy it, I decided to keep the full size despite having the mini, but I'm telling you, I'm less than halfway. It's been laying on its side, so I will let it settle and then mark it. When it's full, it only has 4 mils or 0.13 fluid ounces in here. So this little sample really did not have a lot to begin with, and I am like I have less than half left. I want to finish this. I just finished a mini primer. Let's keep the ball rolling. Let's finish another mini primer, especially because I have the full size of this and I know I really enjoy it. This will be the only primer I'm working on, and I want to keep that momentum happening, and I'm really excited about it because like I said, I really do enjoy this. So this is an amazing update. I'm so happy with those products. Goals for next time. What do we have left? 4 more uses on this lipstick. That should be pretty easy. I will not have this foundation done. I know that for sure. 9 more uses on the blush. I want to say that should be easy, but like if you've been here for a while, I'm sure you have your suspicions that this will be in for maybe 2 more months. And same with 8 more uses on this coral palette. While it is the perfect spring palette, I am working on a ton of eyeshadows, so I think those might be in for 2 more months. And this primer should be done. So I hope I can finish off, well, like meet my usage goal in the lipstick, finish off this primer for the next update, and then draw 2 more cards again. That is way more exciting than pulling only 1. A little scarier as well because you might pull the Joker, but I'm feeling really, really good about my selection of products. Let me know how you're doing in the comments down below if you're participating. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Again, I'm sorry it is so late, but if you enjoyed it nonetheless, give it a thumbs up so that I know, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!